Hey everyone, hope you all had a great weekend. Thanks for joining me on January 23rd. And as always, we are not financial advisors, and everything you see on here is for educational purposes only. Alright, let's get started with Bitcoin. So, and since our last update, there's been a lot of things that's happened. We went sideways for a little bit, popped off again. We hit a good reversal fib, came down. We hit a weak reversal fib, so now it's doing the green day that I talked about last night. If I go over the dollar real quick, yesterday it dropped, but as you can see today, it popped right back up. And keep in mind, we still have to come back up to this little area, this little gap, which is at around 103.16 area. Obviously, it could be a little more above. But we do know we have to come back up. And one thing I was talking about last night is because this was dropping, I go, hey, if we keep dropping, all it means is it's going to come back up even stronger. So the lower we go, the stronger it's going to come back up. And if that happens, then that's going to, for the most part, it usually does. It makes the crypto market do the opposite. So that would make everything else crash back down. But right now it's holding, so it might be a little pushback up. And if that happens, we might have a little reversal today. But Bitcoin kind of hints that it should be a green candle today. So if based on what it's giving me now, we might do another just like sideways, kind of like this. So we might have a little green candle, maybe a second one. And on the weekly, if you guys remember, we're supposed to have this kind of play out, because the daily on the pattern is kind of like iffy. But this is why I mentioned the weekly before. It's like, hey, look, we have our little weak candle here. We have a really strong one, pretty decent one. This next one should kind of be sideways. So we might have some days where we go up, some days where we go down. Then we have another week. So this week would just be a sideways day. The next week should technically push up to the top of the trend line. And then we should start heading back down. Remember, because that's if we want to lock this in. Once we lock the first part of the pattern, that kind of usually gives us confirmation for the second part. So we're looking for that. Because on the daily, it's kind of breaking away from that. Oops. So the daily is kind of breaking from that. So it would have been like this. It's still a little there, like because it went sideways, came down, because it has to come down. So remember, when this goes up, it has to come back down, and this usually represents like the little sideways noise. It comes back up, and there's a lot of sideways here, and then it goes up. So we should go sideways for a few days and then push up. So everything's still there. It's following both the daily and the weekly, but they kind of like go together in a sense. So like on the daily, it's gonna break down more of like what's gonna happen in between. So we should technically go sideways for a few days here, and then make a last push up to the top of the trend line, and then start to make our little retracement back down to like, if it goes all the way up to there, I think maybe the most will drop is like 19,300 area. And then when we look at the alts, for example, like Atom's on a strong reversal fib, so it should drop. It's dropping now. Matic, kind of just sideways. We went up, hit a weak fib, so we're pushing back down. Well, yeah, we hit a weak fib. We haven't had a red candle, so maybe I'll get the red candle today. What's interesting is we do have a second arrow target on Ethereum, so Ethereum needs to drop below 1617. And remember, we still have our purple target down here of 1075. And I would bring these up because, again, it's kind of like how we just pretty much almost nailed all of our targets that were going up. So we look at Phantom pushing up nicely. It's kind of just going sideways now. Once it's done, once we get a first red candle, this is going to signify that we need to do 2 arrows down. So it is hinting that we drop back down. In my last update, I mentioned, we have near hit its target. In this round, there's a few more that hit target. One that hasn't is Doge. So Doge still has a 12 cents. I mentioned it would retrace. I was hoping it would retrace a little more and then it would push back up. But right now it did hit a weak fib. So technically we should have a red candle today. Luna is taking a nice little hit right now. It's pushing back down. It's just like hanging in there. Wonder if I can do this. Maybe. Well, because that matches that. Actually, what it's doing is doing this. Let me make this a little thicker. Let me go up to this. Let me take the magnet off. So I actually like what Luna is doing. So that's perfect. That's giving us a nice little breakout soon. That's even better. We'll look at Luna. Hit a strong reversal fit, pushing back down. This was Sol. I just realized I have Luna and Sol next to each other. Let's see. So in the last time we talked, Solana hit its target. Everybody's on a little reversal fib, so it does kind of hint sideways noise. Ocean though, Ocean actually has second arrow target at 0.2439. So Ocean right now does need to drop back down, almost 27%. Dang. I mean, it's due for a retracement because it had such a big push lately. XRP, remember we had a white fib target where we hit it, broke above. Now we're on a white fib again. So if XRP closes on this white fib at 43.30, it's going to do a temporary retracement and then come back up again. So XRP is looking pretty bullish. So in the last update, I mentioned how H bar still needed to hit its target. So now H bar hit its target. So H bar was right here. I was hoping it would retrace a little bit again. It pumped. I'm not gonna get rid of my H bar. I'm gonna keep that one. The only one I would sell is Luna. I'm holding my H bar until like 2025. But H bar finally hit its target. The one that hasn't hit its target yet is Algo. So when Algo reverses, we need to stack up on Algo because it has to come all the way back up here. What's interesting enough is it actually landed on a white fib. The white fib hints, hey, temporary reversal up and then a push back down. So it could retrace all the way down to 2077 and then head all the way back up. But if it goes up first, then we know how low it's gonna go. But this one still had its target and there's still a really big gap for that. We look at Rose. What's the other one? Look at Shiba real quick. So Shiba's still staying below the trend line. If the market drops today, it'll probably drop back down. The fact that it's staying up here, I mean, if it can't break above, it's gonna have to come back down. So I kind of feel like I would take profits here just because, and then buy only if it gets above. So kind of scenario. So sell here, buy up here, or buy back down here. Right? You can sell now. Obviously, you gotta make your own judgment, but I would sell now. Buy over here, so it's yeah, boohoo. If it pumps, boohoo, I lost 10%. But if it drops, I just made 28% more, Shiba. And it might not even go that lower. I mean, don't be greedy. If it dumps 18%, I would take profit and I would get back in and be like, hey, you know what, just in case, lock it in again. It's when you become greedy that you get screwed. Let's look at data. So remember, data is the other one that has an open target at 124, and it's almost there. It's so close. If Bitcoin, if everything drops back down, it would suck because it's getting so close. But this is another one that's almost to its target. So I don't know if they already hit it. I don't know if I have any other targets. I remember with ADA, I mentioned it would go down and then come back up, and look, that played out perfectly. I forgot about these arrows until I was looking at it right now. I don't look at ADA as often, but for overall the market, I can see it go sideways for a few days. Went up, it went up, did the sideways. There's a lot of sideways. Yeah, almost a whole week of sideways, which is good though, because if Bitcoin goes sideways, this can give the alts a chance to branch off of it again and do their own thing. And remember, some of the coins still need to hit targets, so some of them could pump while Bitcoin just kind of goes sideways. Now, if it for any reason starts to retrace back down, it would obviously drag everybody back down as well. But if it drops back down slowly, the alts can still flourish from it. I kind of do see something like this. See how this is sideways noise? Upward, it can obviously do that too. So it can be sideways noise all the way up sideways. You see how that's kind of going upward like that? So we'll have some days, or actually better yet, we'll do this. Let's say we do this like that. So we might do stuff like this as well. but just like in a smaller time frame. Right, like it'll do something like that. We'll have some nice push ups, some nice push backs down, all the way back up, and then come back down. So it'll technically do like a reverse head and shoulders, and then fail, and then start to, you know, go back up to follow that pattern. That's if the pattern follows out. We would need this to play out like this, and then like it drop. I mean, it could be like this. So we'll fix that instead. So like this, come back down, fail. This would lock in the pattern, and then that should go up. So we'll see how. So we're gonna have to wait to see how everything plays out. Right now in the trade room, let's see. We got a few good calls. We had one bad one, but it was like at a little loss. And what's funny is this was a loss, but then it came back. What is it? It came back as a short again, and it was successful. And then it launched a bunch of good trades yesterday. We had one bad one so far today, but then we have data and phantom show up, so that could be a really good indication that the market is kind of reversed. Because yesterday when I had all these show up, I kind of hinted like, hey, I posted, I'm like, look, the bot just posted a bunch of trades saying it's gonna to do shorts, so I think the market is gonna reverse. So we had a nice alert right before the whole market retraced yesterday for a little while. So that's what's kind of cool about this. And for those that don't know, I do have a free trade room, which is the scalp trades right here, and this trade chat that anybody can join. So if you guys know anybody who likes to trade, feel free to share this link. It'll be on the description below. But other than that, I think it's time for my ads. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I will see you guys on the next update. Alright, so if you're looking for a new crypto home, I do offer a premium Discord. Link will be in the description. It's tindicator.com. If we come down here, we'll select Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi? I think it's Ko-Fi actually. I have people calling different things. But anyways, here are the memberships that I offer. So $10 a month gets you the market update video. So I post an update Monday through Friday. Sometimes Saturday and Sundays if there's something interesting going on in the market. I have two rooms at $30. One of them is $29.99 and the other one's $30 exactly. If you're wondering why, it's because Ko-Fi doesn't let me do two $30 ones, so I have to have one a penny less. So peace of mind is full access to the Discord community. So that would be this all here. So you get the market updates, crypto chat, daily plays. This is where I post all of my stuff, give you updates. I get the end of the day summary, so people already know what's going on for this morning. You get the passive income, you got the hidden gems, group zoom, newsworthy, daily plays. You can see charts that people request, so I can give updates on different coins. We got the spiritual movement side of things, so a lot to offer here. Now I have a $30 premium trade room, and what this gives you is we currently do have a free trade room, but there's also a premium version of it, and that's this here. So the free one, the public one, gives you 7 different coins that it trades. The premium would add 20 more. So as in yesterday, it had 1 trade for Link, and on the premium side, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other coins. So you get a bunch more calls in the premium side. Now I do have the Edge, which gives you both. So for $60 a month, you get the full, you get the market update, you get the full Discord community, you get the signal alerts, you get the premium trade room, but you can also request charts and then do 2 Zoom sessions a month. So like I mentioned earlier, everybody can see these charts here that people request, but you have to be on the Edge tier to actually be able to request them. So if there's a coin that no one's talking about and you want to see where it's at, because there's been a lot of times where I've given people, hey, you know what, it's good, there's a good entry, you can get in now, because they want to buy a specific coin. And there's times where it's like, you know what, it's already pumped, it's already hit a reversal fib, wait for it to come back down. So now they get in at an even better price. So that's why I call it edge, because you get an edge on the market on these coins, because you don't want to get into a coin and it dumps back down even more. They have these little bullish bearish targets, or you were thinking about getting it and waiting for it to get lower, but it has a lot of bullish targets, so you don't want to get left behind. I do have an Edge Plus, which pretty much gives us more zooms, but I have that one full. But we do, for the Edge, you do get 2 Zoom sessions with me, so we can go over your portfolio, any issues you might have with some of your wallets, or you want to learn how these wallets work, these hardware wallets. I've even have some people who like to just come on and chat and sometimes vent. You know, sometimes we need that, especially for the big, you know, bear market we just had. But the cool thing now, we're going into a sideways market, so that's going to be awesome. On top of that, I do have a little shop here where I do offer, so this price is not set or guaranteed yet, so don't buy it for now. It actually could go up or might go lower. I haven't decided on if I'm going to release my scalping indicator. I'm so booked right now and full of like people I gotta help, so I turned off the personal one-on-one scalping trading for beginners. I do have the video out though. If this is for the people who want to learn how to do scalp trading, you know, it goes over a lot of the essentials that a lot of people who do these kind of videos don't go over. They just pretty much show you how this indicator works, and then that's it. You're on your own. With me, it's we keep chatting even after you watch the video. You send me you know, a bunch of updates, a bunch of charts you're doing to make sure you're doing it correct before I even have you trade for real. So a lot to offer there. But other than that, thank you for watching my video today. Have a great one.